All right, enough. We're live now.
Okay, okay, good.
We're live. Enough. I'm going to say it one more time. Enough. Okay.
Enough.
All right. So, who wants to give us a recap of what happened last week? That would be what happened last week, not the shit Hagar was making us watch earlier.
Exactly.
And not Paranoia.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, last week we played Paranoia, and everyone died.
Yeah, everyone did die.
It was
I don't know how it
was
happened.
delayed blast death.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Oh, you made it all back, and there's the guy you're supposed to report to. Oh wait, no, you're all dead.
And you're all dead. Jonathan, are you here?
Yep, I'm here.
The man who actually killed us all?
Oh, no, I didn't. Mike did that.
No.
It just goes to show you, I should have killed Mike when I had the inkling to, and I correctly called that. I was like, Mike's gonna get us all killed, and sure enough.
Sure enough.
Let's start with the game. I'll do my best. We started the last episode by regrouping at the top of kind of an atrium. And,
well, kind of an underground grotto, really.
Underground grotto. I like that better. Much better.
Very, very Hugh Hefner-ish.
And we started there was only one way to go, which was north, at least from our vantage point. And so we went through the door led by Loomis, who was fearless. And we started going up these curving passageways, and it was pretty apparent pretty quick that, one, they were ancient, very dilapidated and falling apart, and two, that there were quite a few illusions in there. We started to notice that vines on the walls were not as they seem. We could pass through them. They didn't taste to the lick. And then we found a couple of places where there were ancient texts and tomes on tables, on desks laid out, that we tried our best to decipher. And in many cases, we had a hard time as they would start to fall apart. Some were written in ancient dragon tongue. Some were written in ancient gnomish tongue, I believe. We continued until we found a door. And when we found that door, it was kind of in a more open area. Not a big area, but maybe
it wasn't
by 30 feet.
It wasn't a narrow corridor.
Yeah. Opened up a little. And there was a door, and there were gems above and inset in the door. And at the same time, we did find a book, and we were able to decipher that the gems are a lie. It was kind of a riddle, we believed, that had to deal with the door. And so we all started trying to decipher how the gems played into the riddle, and we pressed one of the gems, and I believe most of the illusions kind of dissipated and went away. We pressed another gem, I believe the red gem, and we could start to hear movement from where we came, very loud. At this point, I will interject that there was some tomfoolery and there was some tinkle talk, but I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
See, all I have Loomis do is lick stuff. You guys explore the space on getting weird, like having him tinkle in a corner and then all that stuff.
I don't think that happened. That's not in the official recap. So,
oh no. Oh, wait a minute.
We started to hear louder and louder, and then from around the corner, a Baylor showed up.
Not a Balrog.
No,
a Baylor.
No, not an officially licensed Tolkien estate Balrog. A Baylor, very different. And we thought that we would be wizards of smart and cast a protective spell that we could maybe hide in. And the Baylor sat down, opened up the newest issue of People magazine, pulled out a pipe,
Mm-hmm.
and decided to just hang out. Wait a while, maybe exactly an hour.
Well, that and
So
he could hit you guys with his whip from around the corner. Like he could like literally like come here, peek around the corner,
yep,
and then attack with his whip.
whip somebody, whip us good. He could
Yep.
go all Devo. Um,
Do 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 do.
so yeah, we had to fight, and fight we did. Um,
I love how this group will always try to stop the fight.
we're pacifists.
You guys always try to find a way out of the fight or
We're pacifists.
to get the fight done, which perplexes me because I'm actually the one who has to like spend time coming up with the fight and trying to find a fight that's going to last a while. And in my head, I'm always thinking, well, they're just going to do this, and then they're just going to try to stop the fight, and then continue on. Because I don't always have stuff like prepped and ready to go for the stuff that you guys, would want to get to after the fight. I have like the fight is part of the plan,
Oh yeah.
and you guys are always trying to weasel out of the fights. Oh, I banish this guy immediately. Oh God. Okay. Well. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, talking to you,
Um,
Chris Ed.
So at this point, I would be happy for interjections because I don't really remember how the fight went. I know that Loomis went down a couple of times.
As Loomis is wont to
Torque at
do.
Torque at one point had to use javelins.
At one point, you were faced with an image, an illusory image of a beautiful young woman that identified herself as Kypernia.
Yep.
But then you started to realize it was kind of like it was kind of a fancy version of Magic Mouth, and that these were kind of prepared remarks, and she didn't really have anything new to offer you other than, "Oh, welcome to the sepulcher. Enjoy your death. You're here uninvited."
And she was leading us astray, saying we had to go. The entrance was where we started, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, she did actually try to send you into the same room with the Balrog.
Yep.
Yep. And let's see. Oh, one of the books was a book of gnomish dirty limericks, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Hickory dock.
Yes, it was like Andrew Dice Clay, but if it had been done by a gnome.
But I know exactly.
We don't need to get into any more anything specific on that
No, I just
because we're currently streaming.
It's flavor. That's all it is.
Yep.
Flavor Flav. So I don't really remember how we killed him.
Well, so typically what happens is you fight him until you do enough damage to where his hit points drop to 0. And at that point, technically he's defeated. But what you found out the hard way is that when Baylors are defeated, they blow up. Yeah. They explode real good. And some of you got singed a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some lives had to be brought back from the brink.
But all that unpleasantness is behind you now, and so now you're faced with a door with those crystals. Now, you kept trying to push other crystals after you had activated the red crystal, and every time you touched a different crystal, the red crystal would kind of glow bright and then fade away.
Glare with light.
And one of you was finally smart enough to deduce, and by deduce I mean rolled well enough, that there was something involved with the red light that was going to have to be, dealt with before anything else would work.
Which was the
battle.
Which was the Baylor, yeah.
I believe we also, and I believe that crystal broke once the Baylor died.
It broke and it powderized on the ground. What were you saying, Jonathan?
Well, two things. One is that Cole is studying up on his gnomish dirty limericks in case they come in handy in future songs. But also, I didn't hear mentioned the phrase, "What color is the Mithras stone?" But
Oh,
that was
yeah.
part of our puzzle, even though we haven't really solved that.
Yeah, that was part of the puzzle. That was written on the door above that, I think in Draconic.
In magical script, if I'm correct.
Mhm.
It
Well,
gave off magic.
Draconic.
Yeah.
anything that's written in Magic in our game world is going to be written in Draconic.
Yeah.
Draconic is sort of
Mhm.
like Latin for mages. So, you guys, I think you cast Tiny Hut. I think that's what we're looking
Yeah.
at right now.
Sounds right.
Is that correct? I think that's
Yeah,
why there's a
that's
red
where
circle.
I'm having trouble getting back into Roll20 for some reason. So bear with me. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're pressing ahead. You can catch up.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So, what were you trying to do? Were you trying to take a short rest or a long rest, or it looks like
Long
you
rest.
already used your hit dice.
Yeah, definitely long
Actually,
rest.
so we did level up.
Yeah, I think we did our level up, and I think we recorded our long rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think
I
we were told
recorded
to.
mine because I added hit die. I ended up taking the average of 5 plus my charisma to boost my hit points. So in doing that
Nice.
with the tiny hut, I assumed the long rest,
Be right back.
which maybe I should not have. I only get one small thing when I level to 14, which is a cleansing touch.
I had like 5 major decisions that can't be changed. No, okay, 4 decisions that can't be changed, and 1 that can.
All right.
So it was a stressful level up for Cole. That's all I'm saying.
John Hagar.
Yes.
Yeah, you get your that ability, the 18, 19, or 20. You do get that at level 15.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I don't have it yet.
Yeah, it's at level 15. It's not level 14. Next time you level up, like I said, just use the book. It's a lot easier. It's a lot more straightforward, and it won't lie to you like ChatGPT will. All
The
right.
character mancer wasn't bad.
Yeah, the character mancer is actually pretty good. Now we won't, when the new revised rules for 5th edition come out in September, we're not going to use most of them. I've looked at them. They revamped the classes to, like I said, basically be battle master fighters, just mechanically. A lot of the spells are different. Some of the action stuff, a lot of the class changes they're making, I just don't like. We're not going to use them. We may use other things as it comes up. Some of the stuff we were already doing, like they changed taking potions to a bonus action. We've been doing that. So we're probably not going to use a lot of it. If there is something that you decide you want to use from it, ask me first and I'll make a ruling as to whether or not we're going to use it or not. But it's not really going to change anything for us.
Okay.
All right. So
Hagar, on your character, if you haven't leveled up, on your character sheet where it says class and level, if it says like champion fighter 13, you could click the little red button there, and it might guide you through what the choices are to up to 14.
Yeah,
I don't want to slow us down by that.
No, I did that already. Mine says champion 13.
Okay.
Yeah, I went through and I added 2 to my constitution. I mean, and then I have 130 hit points now. I should be good. I went through the character mancer.
Yeah, so if you had new feats and stuff, it should have added them.
Yeah, I don't.
He picked an ability score increase.
If you got them.
Yeah, I don't have them. Yeah.
You picked something else. Okay.
We were talking about one of his class features, but he doesn't get that until level 15.
Yeah, the confusion was I was with some people at work, and asked ChatGPT, "Hey, what do I get at level 14?" And ChatGPT told me I get superior critical, but in reality, I don't get that till 15th. So
Yeah. Well, it can
I'm
do everything really well except for count. It cannot count to
Mhm.
save its life.
So, but I should be good.
So,
I should be completely leveled up to 14.
All right.
all right.
Does anybody else want to add anything before we begin?
I think you are an incredibly amazing person. I love your heart and I love your soul.
That's fair.
Here, here,
That's
here,
fair.
here.
I second that.
I'd love to inspire your soul.
Chris said that's not going to stop me from killing you and paranoia next time. Jonathan, would you like to give me bardic inspiration? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, I thought Torko was fishing for a DM inspiration.
No, I actually wasn't. I just wanted. No.
All right.
I'm done. I'm good.
So, as you get your nightly respite, your long rest, inside the comforts of the Lehman Tiny's hut, which is the poor man's Mordenkainen's mansion.
Mm-hmm. We're camping. It's camping version.
The spell wears off, and as it wears off, you're immediately aware that there is a loud ringing noise, like sounds like a bell, like might be on a giant cathedral, ringing, but it sounds like it's ringing outside.
And just kind of reverberating through the walls.
Yeah. And it happens like it'll ring real loud, and then there's like a 3-beat pause, and then it'll ring again. So it's like ringing twice, basically every 4 seconds.
Wait, twice every 4 seconds? I'm sorry?
It rings once, and then a few seconds later, which would be 4 seconds total, it rings again.
For 2 hertz.
But only twice.
Yes. It's ringing once, and then 3 seconds later, it rings again. There's a loud ringing bell. That's really all you just take away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So,
Okay.
before you is a door with gems inset, except for a ruby that has powderized after you defeated a Balrog. What would you like to do? Above it is written in Draconic, what is the color of the Mithra stone?
So, guys, I don't think we've hit the sapphire one. I don't know if we're looking for a combination or if it's just the one.
You guys did hit the sapphire one last time.
Did we?
Yep, you hit it. You hit all of them. You hit all of them, but none of them were working because the ruby had been activated.
Okay. So the amber turned the Calpurnia magic mouth on. The blue, something to do with steam. The sapphire, something to do with steam.
I'm turned off the illusions.
What's that?
I thought one of them stopped the illusions.
Yeah, one of them did. I can't remember if it was. I feel
like it's the blue one.
I can't remember if it was the sapphire or the emerald.
Well, I think Stokes is right. The emerald turned on the magic mouth girl.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I had amber for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. The green one, yes. The amber was the magic mouth girl. I'm sorry. And the blue, I think, stopped some illusions.
There's also a diamond there in the center.
Yep. And the ruby flared when we hit the diamond before. But maybe we should hit it again now that the ruby has dissolved. Yeah, I do that. I just want to see what happens since the ruby flared last time.
So, Cole, you move up to the door, correct?
I do. Yep.
You reach out and touch the diamond, which is sort of central,
Okay.
kind of surrounded by the others in a pattern. And as you reach out, your hand goes through the door.
Then I do the natural thing, which is stick my head through the door too.
You stick your head through the door and look outside, and you see what looks to be, for lack of a better term, a dark forested area.
Hey guys, I think we can go through.
Oh, all right.
I'll hold the door. Go on through, Loomis.
I'll follow
Okay.
Loomis.
Okay.
All right, we're just waiting for Soren to join us.
Loomis
There
the
I am.
Brave.
Sir Stokel
All right,
ran
cool.
away, bravely ran away.
See ya.
All right, give me a second to put you guys in the order in which you left. All right. So yeah, you exit out of the chamber you had been in into what appears to be a dark forested area. And it's very expansive. There's like some wet ground leading through the forest. It's filled with dead trees and rocky crags out in the distance. There is no sound of life here at all. And as you look behind you, you no longer, you don't see anything of the chamber that you left. You don't see any kind of door or anything or any kind of,
Just more swampy forest.
Yeah. It's
Like
basically
we're in the middle of nowhere, swampy forest.
It's basically like you walked out of nowhere.
I walk back the way we came to see if I can find the entrance.
So you walk directly back the way you came,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing. You just your feet are pressing down on damp earth, and you're surrounded by dead, twisted trees and a gloomy landscape.
All right, no turning back. That's where we are, folks.
All right, let's go.
We don't hear the ringing noise here.
You do. You continue to hear the bell. It is louder now, and it sounds like it's coming from the heavens above you, from the sky.
I look up. I don't see anything there.
Nope.
Okay. Is this sort of a forest inside of a ravine of some sort?
It looks like it may be part of a valley. It's hard to tell though because the trees are so tall on either side. It's hard to actually get a look as to what's surrounding you off to the what you presume is the east, but you're not necessarily sure.
It's not going to make much difference, but I'm going to use my divine sense to see if I feel any fiends.
The only fiend you feel is the one standing next to you, Loomis, who's looking at you as you use your divine sense, and he's going, "Milady."
Milady. Wagging his tongue.
Whoa, she's my lady.
But more specifically, you don't get any kind of fiendish presence.
Hey, Torka.
Yo.
Can you do me a favor?
Yep.
I feel that I'm able to utilize something that where I can actually fly. Can you cut a couple of slits where on the back of my tunic where I can where my shoulder blades are?
Man, Torka will just pull out a little knife and work his way down Soren's tunic, something like this.
Yes, yeah. Okay. And then all right, let me see.
Torka,
Mm-hmm.
give me a dexterity. Give me a dexterity check. Just a regular
I know, I
dexterity
knew,
check.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it was coming.
Damn it. It's not right.
Looks fine as far as you're concerned.
Okay, let's
This
see.
is great. This is high fashion, Torka. Cole, you're looking at this thing and it's like it's all jagged
Yeah.
in the back of
like,
this robe.
I'm like prepared to be amazed because this sounds like something new, and
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like looking like not amazing so far.
It looks like it got
I say-
slashed by some kind of creature in the back.
I say that out loud. Exactly that.
Okay.
Soren, I'm prepared to be amazed, but
Okay.
so far,
All right. I go ahead and try to exercise my ability to sprout dragon wings.
All right. You have sprouted dragon wings. You guys watch as wings come up out of the ragged, jagged holes that Torka cut in the back of Soren's robe.
Not what
And,
they'll remember 10 years from now.
and they spread out majestically.
Yeah, they'll remember the majestic wings.
Thanks, Torka.
whoa.
And so I'll fly up gingerly,
All right.
try to get a good look at the landscape.
What is your
And,
your flying speed is equal to your movement speed, so 30 feet?
Yep. Yeah.
So
And,
yeah, you guys see Torka just kind of float up into the air.
Soren.
Soren. Yeah.
Or not Torka, Soren, yeah.
Dude, if I could sprout wings on my turtle shell,
Wrong reptile. All right.
I'd be like, I'm out of here, bitches.
So I'll fly up 30 feet
Okay.
and then see if I can see anything.
You see a lot of trees on either side of you. The trees are considerably taller. They're at least 70 feet up.
Okay, I'll go up 70 feet
All right.
and then probably 75 feet and see what I can see.
So you do see that there are more mountains off to what you would assume is the east, off in this direction. It does appear like you're in a valley. And continuing north for what you estimate would be several miles, eventually starts to give way to like a green veldt, like more of a meadow type biome.
All right. Okay, I'll fly back down, and looks like it looks like if we continue this way, we'll be able to find this. It gets clear. It clears up to a meadow of some sort, and let's see. I'll go ahead and it looks like I can have the wings come and go as I need them. So I'll just go ahead and
Well, let's read your spell.
yeah, let's see. Ability to sprout them.
They last until you dismiss them as a bonus action on your turn.
Yep. And you can't manifest it while wearing armor. Yeah, so I guess I don't have to do like a short rest or a long rest. They can just come and go as I need them.
Yes, you can can dismiss them as a bonus action.
Cool. I will dismiss them.
All right.
And summon them as a bonus action?
No.
Yep.
Summoning
Not that I
them,
need to know that.
it's just free. It doesn't
Begone,
say
Soren, how
that
did you
they.
learn to fly?
I guess it's just I've been feeling that this day would come, but I never knew it would, and now when we woke up, I felt I could try this.
This
And
is not amazing.
Yes, it's spectacular. I can fly with my brother, and this will. I can't wait to do it. I'm sure he'll out outrun me or outfly me. Fly circles around me, but I can fly about
He will with that
as far as
attitude.
I can walk.
Very spectacular.
Cole, you have read about this kind of thing before, and you're pretty sure
yeah.
that it means that Soren's basically hitting puberty. Like maybe this is the
All right.
Dragonborn version of his Dragon Balls descending.
Does his voice
The
crack?
Dragon Ball's ascending.
Does his voice get high pitched at inopportune moments?
No,
That's Dragon
because
Ball.
because
That's Dragon Ball Z.
Chris had defaults to that anyway.
I think it's funny because Chris Head in real life hit puberty at 7.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to role play. Like the guy, just, we've never seen him fly before, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, look at you!
Yeah.
man, yeah.
Why are you apologizing?
I want to scream like the kid in the never-ending story. Yeah.
Atreyu.
All right, I'll keep my historical or cultural knowledge to myself, but I'll kind of smile.
Our
Smile to
viewer,
myself.
our viewer chimes in and says, "Oh my God, Dragon Balls."
Z.
All right. So yeah, what would you like to do?
Let's go this way, fellas.
So why do we need to go to the green place?
It just clears up. I didn't see any other, I didn't see anything of that's showing civilization. But I was thinking we might want to get out of this.
Everyone,
I mean, it sounds to me like we'd be sitting ducks in a clearing.
everyone, give me intelligence checks.
Not saves, but
Not saves.
the word
just raw intelligence.
check.
Jesus.
Wow,
Stokes
couldn't roll
don't-
any better than that.
Stokes don't hurt them. All right, so everybody except Torka. The more you think about it, the more you start to replay in your head the events that have transpired. The fact that you originally were told that you were here, but you were not invited.
Mhm.
And the fact that you know that, like, you're on another plane of existence. You're kind of in what looks like the ass end of that plane. And then further on ahead, there's a more hospitable climate. You start to kind of put the pieces together and think, oh, well, maybe if someone's living here, they're living in the nice part.
That's what I.
Okay.
Food part.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're living in the
Yeah,
part
okay.
that doesn't look like, nature's butthole.
Okay.
Nature
All right.
butthole.
You're right, Soren. Lead us out of the ass.
Lead us
Okay.
out of the ass. Like worms on a toddler. All right.
Sands to the butt crack.
So, is that what the party is doing?
So
Yeah.
it's the day of our journey.
I'm
All right, this
following
way.
these knuckleheads.
So, as you
I'm
can...
not smart enough to do anything else with a roll of 3.
No, you were... Well, I
Come
mean,
on, Torka.
you rolled a 6.
Let's. Yeah. Let's follow Loomis.
So, you guys start heading out of here. And once again, it's very quiet. You don't hear anything that sounds like wildlife. No birds, no roars off in the distance. You're not hearing anything up in the crags on either side of you. Just every, 4 seconds, those bells going off.
No wind or anything.
You do not hear any wind.
Dill.
All right.
Hey, Soren. When you
Yeah.
were up there, did you see any? Did you see a bell or anything?
No, I didn't see anything. All I saw was this this dead forest, these mountains or of this valley, and then it goes to a nice meadow that direction.
Cole and Soren, give me
Yeah.
Arcana checks.
Righty. Come right.
Good Lord.
Oh, good lord.
So yeah, Cole, you're actually pretty sharp. Soren, you're distracted by naval lint. Um, but
So,
Cole, you've in your bard career, you've heard a lot about different magic spells that you
Mm-hmm.
don't really have any access to. This whole thing sounds very familiar to a mage spell that you've heard of called Magnificent Mansion, where it creates a kind of a pocket of a small pocket plane of existence that is
Mm-hmm.
large enough to create like a dwelling based on what it is that the mage casting the spell wants. It literally is kind of like tailor made. No, it's not a prison pocket, Torka. It's an actual extra planar realm. So Cole, this feels like that, except that everything you've heard of that spell, it doesn't give you this much room.
So it's
So
jacked up.
also from what you know of that spell, it only lasts for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And from everything that you've heard about the sepulcher and its existence, you would know that this thing has been here for a long time. That Calpurnia is supposed to have created this, hundreds of years ago. So whatever magic is fueling this and sustaining it and keeping it going must be pretty substantial.
Yeah.
So that's what you know. You and you alone, not
Okay.
anybody else, especially
Okay.
Soren, who rolled a 1 and is over there eating the glue off of his hands.
All right, I'll tell my crew though. Hey guys, this is kind of starting to make me think of something that I've seen before.
what's
Actually,
that?
other bards I know can cast this spell. It's Mordekainen's Magnificent Mansion, and they can kind of create a world like this or like whatever they imagine, but they can only do it for a short amount of time, and this place seems like it's been here a while.
Plus, this place is like way bigger than what you've heard of. They're capable of.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Like,
So you're telling
yeah.
me this is like a great big spell we're standing in?
Actually, it's
It
sort
might
of like a
be.
pocket dimension of sorts.
Soren, you wouldn't know this. You rolled a natural 1. You don't even know how to crack walnuts right now.
He's just
Yeah,
high
yeah.
on
It seems.
new little wings.
It
Yeah,
seems like a spell that's like kind of like some of what my colleagues have cast before, but this is like much bigger and much longer.
My colleagues.
colleague. It's like,
In the
My
College of Lore, I
contemporaries.
mean. Yeah, it's way bigger and seems more established.
Man, there must be a really powerful magic user here.
yeah, I would. I would think Calpurnia is definitely that.
Yeah, maybe so.
All right. Do you continue on?
Yeah.
So, continuing on takes several hours, but eventually you do come to a green veldt with running little streams. Important to note, the streams do not make any kind of noise. Like as the water's like running over the rocks, you don't really hear anything.
I'll
So
test the water. There's
So
a
Loomis,
water.
yeah, Loomis kicks his feet around.
So other than the initial splash,
Mhm.
there's not really anything else.
So as we were walking, I would kind of talk a little bit with Stokel. Normally, I would talk with Soren, the magnificent magic user, but he seems a little daft today.
A little
Yeah,
distracted.
he's wearing
So
a
I'm-
dunce cap.
I keep on, flashing my wings, going "Flame on!"
Uh-huh.
and then I retract them back, and then "Flame on!" That's what.
Yeah, so I'm kind of surmising like, well, maybe this spell might be easier to cast the longer that that she's been here. And maybe she's not that great a magic user if she can't conjure sounds and noises and flora and animals and this almost
Yeah, maybe so.
yeah.
Cole, with
Loomis.
your really good roll earlier,
Yep.
you would think that the lack of noises and the lack of things like animal sounds may be kind of a limitation on what the magic can do when it's used for, on this kind of level.
Okay. So to put that theory to the test, hey Loomis, does that taste like water? Why don't you lick it?
Loomis, do you lick the water? Do you put your face
Do
down
you
into the
accept
water?
the challenge? No, you got to frame it right. Do you accept the challenge?
You have been challenged
Yeah.
by a party member.
I bet you can't lick that water.
No. Why don't you? And he takes some water, splashes it in Soren's face.
I'll taste it. I'll taste it.
Splashing water in everybody's face right now.
All right,
You guys, try it.
Soren
so
cups some water in his
And he
hand.
has this weird feeling that this is vengeance.
Just turned into some sort of pillow
Actually,
fight.
that's when I sprout out my wings and go, "I am the darkness."
I can see those Neds.
oh good God, y'all turned into 5-year-olds. All right, so Soren,
I'm gonna taste the water. Yes.
while you're drinking water, aka Loomis's revenge, it tastes tepid to you.
Mhm.
It's just kind of lukewarm and tepid and kind of stagnant. It's not like you're drinking water from like a pool at a glacier or anything. It's just kind of there.
This water has been trucked in. It's this has never seen nature. This never flew out. This never came out of the sky. Kind of water.
So it's not been flowing, even though it looks flowing.
This has not been cried from the sky.
Assembled by magic, you say?
That or it was brought in barrels or what, I don't know, but this is definitely, this is not like what we normally drink, when we're out in nature. This is almost stagnant.
All right.
It'll probably, quench your thirst, but you won't feel refreshed.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Shall we press on?
Sure.
Yes, we shall.
So you continue to press on. The USS Enterprise holodeck. In a way, yes, but in a way, no. That wasn't really limited the way that this spell is, or the way that the spell that created this place is.
Yeah, I feel the holodeck, the water would taste and the birds would sing.
Yeah, you would actually hear birds on the holodeck.
It's gorgeous, at least. It's beautiful.
Yes, it's very
For you.
aesthetically pleasing.
The attention to detail is exquisite.
So as the bell continues to ring through the heavens, and as you guys continue on, after a couple of hours, you come to a clearing, and you see up ahead, through the forest, up on a hill, a huge, sprawling estate with towering minarets and very tall main buildings. And you see birds flying around this structure, but you still don't hear any noise. And as everyone, give me a perception check.
Perception.
Or just perception.
I like perception, but I can't find that on my.
It's down below.
Oh,
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ!
Wow. Torka and Soren today.
It's
Just
more me, my God.
staring down at their cloacas.
I rolled a 0.
All
Thank
right.
God.
You rolled a 1. You didn't have a modifier on it. So Stokes. Cole notices these birds. A couple of them get kind of close, and as he's looking up at them in the sky, maybe his old cat reflexes kicked in, and he's like, "Ooh, birds!" But you're staring up at them, and your inner cat tells you these birds aren't real. And as you scrutinize them further, you can kind of see through them. And the ones that you can kind of see through as they're closer, they look a little, they're giving off kind of a pink aura.
Is it a reflection from the sun on the right?
Well, only Cole sees this.
Oh, sorry.
Only he's noticed it right now. It's up for him to divulge if he wants to share
it. Yeah, guys, I've been feeling my cat nature lately, and I could tell you that those birds, there's something not right with them. That's all I'm gonna say.
To quote the great Tiffany Gomis, that MFer is not real.
And that does actually make, now that we're in more of a clearing, do I see the sun?
You do not.
Ah.
You look up in the sky, you can see that there's light in the sky, or that, and there's light being reflected on the building, but you don't actually see a sun.
Do those clouds move?
They, as you look up at them, with a perception of 15, Loomis, I will tell you that it looks like they do move, but not all that much. Because there's not really a lot of wind blowing them around.
Torka's gonna just kind of slap Soren on the back and say, why don't you test out those new wings you got there, buddy?
I think I'd rather not be quite so much of a target, but I think we should just walk up together, I'm afraid.
I mean, you could be invisible.
We won't.
Test them out.
Yeah.
We won't shoot you, I promise.
No. Okay.
As you're talking, Stokes, you got the highest perception roll earlier. You see the translucent figure of what appears to be a humanoid coming down, and it's got what looks like garden shears in its hand, and it's coming from this area right here. And you see it begin trimming the hedge over in this area.
Okay, I'm gonna put my hands on my buddy's head and say, "Get down, get down." And then I'm gonna point out to them, "Hey, over there." There's somebody trimming the hedge.
I was just
Check
gonna
it out.
just right where
This
he's
one.
at. Sit right down.
We can go. I think we can go up and ask if we can be announced, because we're not here as thieves. We should go and state our business.
I agree.
All right.
I'll go up.
Sure, go ahead.
I'll go up
All
there
right.
as well.
All right.
Oh, there's
Stand by.
nothing can go wrong with this pair.
No.
Yeah, sorry. Wait, you guys couldn't even see this.
Yeah. That's all right.
Oh wait, I thought you told us about it.
Oh, I
Wait.
did. I did.
Okay.
I told you about this invisible person. Go for it.
He's not really invisible. He's just kind of see-through, and he's giving off that same kind of pink aura. Other than that, he looks like kind of a middle-aged balding man of a sound superstructure. He's kind of barrel-chested,
Okay.
but looks like he's somebody who's older but takes care of himself. Kind of a Jack LaLanne.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I pushed my comrades forward to go check it
All right.
out.
All right. I'll go. I'll make my way up there.
So Soren, as you and Loomis begin making your way up there, the bells begin to ring loudly once more, and the figure that you're approaching looks up to the sky with a somewhat concerned, troubled look on his face. And then he sees the two of you moving closer, and he stops his work, and he wipes
I
wipes
wave
his
at
translucent brow.
him. Hey, hello there. Uh, is there someone that can announce that we're present?
Ah, you must be the interlopers then.
I'm sorry. It's a a case of great need that we need to speak to to the sorceress Kypernia.
Bernie.
Give me a persuasion check, Soren.
Alrighty, one persuasion.
All right. So the man thinks for several moments, and then he kind of thinks, looks off to the side, then nods, and he goes, "All right, well, you best come on inside. It's going to be dark soon."
Thank you, sir. There's two more of my party. Let me have them come forth. Hey, it's safe. Come on up.
Safe.
Well, I don't know if it's safe,
Where
but
do we
he
go?
said we could come inside. Let's go.
All right, I'll come up.
So Cole, with that,
Gorka, let's go.
I'm coming. I'm
with
on the
the-
way.
with that hefty Arcana check you had earlier, that also told you, that this is kind of similar to that Magnificent Mansion spell. You recall that with that Magnificent Mansion spell, it will create servants to serve you and whoever else you let into that extra planar space that will happily mend clothes or do whatever it is you want them to do. And that they kind of look like this. They're like arcane spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And so this kind of meshes up with that again.
Okay. Okay. Then I'll tell my comrades that as I catch up to them, I'll say, hey, that spell, if this is the same thing, it lets you have servants and they can do anything a normal servant would do, except they can't harm other creatures. So, we can ask them to do things to like clean and mend and stuff like that, if that's the case.
Oh, that's cool.
So for the time being, it's expedient.
Sounds like it.
All right.
All
and
right.
feeling feeling pretty dirty and wanting to put this to the test, having just come through an illusionary swamp, Cole will ask the servant if he will like dust and clean his clothes so that he's looking more like himself.
And he looks at you and goes, "Well, I'm not the maid or the butler. I'm the groundskeeper, but we can have that done for you. Yes,
Okay, please see to it.
will do. Follow me." And he kind of ushers you guys into the side door, into what you assume are the servants' quarters, because you do see more figures like him bustling about, moving this way and that. There's also a kitchen where it looks like a chef is actually preparing food. It's like Downton Abbey, except these people are all like not real.
Clear.
Yeah, kind of clear and giving off a pink kind of aura.
I cast prestidigitation on Loomis to kind of clean him up, you know.
Good luck with that. You're gonna
I
have.
feel like I would, if you have a shower or some sort of bath, I would need that immediately. I have vague memories of the last couple of days that I need cleansed.
Yes, you smell like urine.
That's why I'm trying to cast prestidigitation.
Side note. I did listen to 75% of it, but Twitch is not too good driving around the roads.
You should have listened to it on YouTube.
Maybe that would have been better, but I do remember scenes of standing against the wall and urinating on myself.
Yeah, you took a leak.
You didn't urinate on yourself.
You took a leak, and then you actually got knocked unconscious into your own filth.
I listened.
Exactly.
I did hear that part on 45 or the Beltway, whilst driving down the road. Yeah.
Oh, we're such good friends.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, I did hear that.
If you don't want to pass out in your own urine, you should be here.
Well,
We
blame
did
blame it on Midland.
blame it on Midland. That sounds like something that happens in Midland every day.
That sounds like something that happens in Midland.
So your guide, the groundskeeper, looks off at the rest of you away from Loomis and says, I didn't mean to offend. I didn't know if that's how he normally smells or if.
No, he had a mishap. He had an accident.
Okay, good to know. We'll make sure that that you're cleaned up before you have an audience with the mistress.
Oh, please, yes.
Thank you.
So as he leads you through the house, you gain the attention of many other servants, various butlers and maids, and at least one heavyset lady that you assume is a seamstress of some kind. And yeah, it basically turns into like a be our guest sequence from
nice.
from Beauty and the Beast. You know,
Okay.
they're singing
All right.
and bathing all of you, whether you like it or not.
Hopefully they sew the horrible scene, the horrible cuts I put in Soren's jerkin.
They don't sew them up,
yeah.
but they clean them up and they make them look better and they make them a little more functional.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that now when you use it, it won't look ghetto. I guess I don't know what's.
What, Incredible Hulk pants? It won't look like
Yeah, it
Incredible
won't
Hulk.
look. It won't look janky. So, yeah, and while they're bathing you all up, they're singing about how they have to make you not stink before you meet the mistress. Because the mistress does not like to be offended by foul odor.
But it does make us smell better. I mean, they're actually cleaning us.
Yeah, it
Okay.
does. And then one
Right.
one little arcane spirit that looks little like a singing midget. Actually mentions a line about you, Torka, like kind of in the background, in between other lines, mentioning how you smell like marrow.
Torka's smiles about that.
All right.
And then tells the little midget to buff the shell more, little one.
So there's actually 3 of them working on your shell, and they actually
Oh, no.
rub some kind of grease all over it, and then another, like the other two are like working the cloth back and forth, on either side of you.
Do
to
they
like,
get that special spot that makes them giggle?
I mean,
Oh
that's.
yeah.
I'm not gonna take away Torca's player agency. Torca's not really a giggler.
There's got to be a spot on the shell that makes them giggle a little bit.
I leave that up to Torca.
And,
I mean, I'll go. Cute, cute, cute.
Loomis, make a perception check.
Okay.
You noticed Torka giggle.
Perception or a perception?
Perception. I will never say perception except when I'm making fun of you.
Oh
for saying it.
Lord.
All
Can I
right.
have,
With
can
a
I have a inspiration on that one?
no, you can just not notice it. So
Damn it.
the rest of you see this, but Loomis doesn't notice it. They put ribbons in his beard to make him look extra fancy.
Oh, nice.
Little blue ribbons.
It could be
Nice.
worse. It could be worse. It could
Yeah, it
be
could.
your own piss.
It could have been worse. They could have rubbed feces in your face. I guess.
I
don't
felt
know.
them comb that out a minute ago.
All right, so yeah, they kind of do miraculous work here, Cole. You're sitting there thinking, dude, why did I never get this spell? This spell's pretty awesome. And after they've gotten you all cleaned up, they kind of march you into the dining room, which is very large and ornate, and they start feeding you course after course. The food and the drink, which in this case is wine, is real, and it will sustain you, and it tastes quite good.
Bangers and mash.
Oh no, they've got all kinds of good stuff. There's
Which is that?
they bring out at least 3 whole turkeys, hams. They bring out a nice brisket. There's a lot of food here. They bring out enough food to feed like 20 people.
Smoked with the finest of woods.
Sure.
Yeah. Of course.
If fine wood is important to you, absolutely. And they also bring out some savory soups and some nice salads and desserts, warm fresh rolls with butter and jam.
Torka kind of looks over at Loomis as he's finishing his first turkey leg and kind of is like, you wanna eat that bone?
Aye, there's so much meat here. There's no need to eat the bone.
Well, if you're not gonna eat it, I'll take it.
All right, here you go, sir.
And Torka just cracks the bone and enjoys the marrow.
All right. So
I'd love to be a turtle.
they have fed you. After they feed you, they give you about 10 minutes to just sort of sit in there and let your food settle, let you discuss anything. Is there anything you guys want to discuss after dinner before the servants come back in to kindly escort you to the latrine?
Oh, does anyone have a light? I need a pipe.
Right here. Yeah, Soren's. I said I cast fireball.
Well, I think I have one in my tinderbox.
Soren snorts out the small little flame.
Yes, Soren does that thing where he closes one nostril
Exactly.
and then
Shoots it
snorts
in the
out
pipe.
fire out of the other.
So everybody, when we do meet with her, deep gracious bows. We kindly thank for her hospitality, and then we'll ask for forgiveness for intruding.
Shall I not talk?
Go ahead, Loomis. I'm sorry.
Shall I not talk? That's all I say.
I think Stokel should do the talking.
Oh, that is such a wild card, isn't it?
Yeah.
Harder to learn. It's not for good for me to talk.
Torka, you would be a bad one to talk. I would say, but
I'm a paladin that has
oh,
very few. You know, I
oh,
I
sure.
might not be the best for me to
Oh
talk.
yeah, I forget that uh, maybe I should, since she knows my father.
Torka's gonna, just lose it at some point. Just whip out his cloaca.
No, I'm gonna whip out my freaking war pig.
Same thing.
All right, so yeah, you guys talk back and forth a little bit. They do take you and take you by the latrines and say, if you need to relieve yourself, now is the time.
Uh,
And please,
Torka will
please,
pee.
please freshen up with the fresh water and the bowls.
Torka will pay and freshen.
All right,
Thank you.
so after you have relieved yourselves, if you choose to, and recoiffed yourself,
Whoa.
refreshed yourself,
I
splash a
never
little water.
coiffed. I never coiffed to recoiff.
Well, you were coiffed. They already coiffed you. Them polishing your shell was that's considered coiffed. So they lead you into what looks like a magical library. We lost somebody. Who did we lose?
Stokes.
Stokel.
Hey,
He's
that was
back.
really weird. Sorry, my audio was messing up.
Can you hear? Can you hear again?
Yeah, I'm back now.
All right, we can
You
hear
sound
you.
like you're in space.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, in space.
Okay.
An echo.
So they
Uh-oh.
lead you.
Not an echo. It's a big chamber.
It's fine. It's
The
fine.
room that I'm in.
It's fine. We need to move on.
Yep.
All right. So they lead you into what I said earlier, what looks like a magical library. And Cole and Soren, you guys are kind of blown away by this place. Like, as a bard, Cole, you're looking around here thinking, "Oh God, what magical secrets could be here? What's this? What's this?"
Lord Bard. I want to read every book.
Soren, you're looking around like, "Oh, what forbidden knowledge is inside here?" Soren, or not Soren, Torka, you and Loomis are looking around, probably thinking, "Boy, this place looks boring. A lot of books, a lot of reading."
Look at all these word readings.
I think Torka's actually going to walk in and kind of look around a little, and then he's going to take a knee and kind of kneel on his war pick, and he's just going to meditate and pray to Morden.
Okay. Give me a religion check. Oof. For whatever reason, Morden's just not feeling it this round. It's like you're having trouble maybe vocalizing exactly what you're thinking. Maybe Torka's filled with doubts on some level.
Torka's filled with rolling shitty rolls.
Yeah, Torka's not rolling well tonight at all. All right. So
all I want to do is pray a little bit. Can't even do that.
As you guys were sitting around, no, you prayed. It's just if you had done a good religion roll, I was going to give you advantage on your next attack or saving throw. Don't get saucy with me, boy.
No, I'm not getting saucy. I'm saucy with myself. I need to practice rolling.
So, as
Loomis would like to take a knee and just sharpen his axe.
Okay. All right. Loomis starts sharpening his axe. Does anybody else want to do anything?
Cole is gonna start reading.
All right.
Guess he'll walk up high where maybe the special books are kept, and he'll just pick one up off the shelf and start reading.
All right. Soren, what are you doing?
I will try to exercise. It's something to the effect of reverence, and quietly just stand and wait to be spoken to.
All right. As as you guys are all doing different stuff, suddenly in a in kind of a misty cloud burst. No, Loomis. No, you don't get inspiration for sharpening an axe. Sorry.
Doggedly.
So, yeah, in a big misty burst, kind of at the end of the table, you see a young woman sitting down in a seat with her arms folded across her lap, looking at all of you. You must be the reason for that god awful racket in the sky.
My apologies.
Are you Calpurnia?
And she waves her hand, and the bells stop ringing. She just sort of waves her hand at the sky, and the bells stop ringing. And she says, "I am Calpurnia. Who do I have the pleasure of addressing?"
Yes, I am Soren Lawrenson, the son of Billy and Mr. Ramos, who wishes to.
Says to tell you hi, actually.
Yes, wishes to tell you that wishes you well, and wanted to say hello.
Anyone who would like to can give me an insight check.
I will take an insight check.
I don't know that I need to roll another natural one, but
Jesus,
give it a shot.
Man, I am sucking tonight.
Damn it,
Torga, you're doing great.
It's the first time I rolled more than one.
All right, so when Soren and Cole mention Soren's father, Cole and Torka, you see her cheeks blush, and she kind of forces herself to compose herself, but there's a little half smile that kind of breaks through on her face. And she's like, "I am good friends with your father. I used to know him quite well. We were very close for many years. I hope he's well."
We're after your help. Sorry to disturb your defense systems.
Are you? Are you really sorry?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Because I don't believe
we wouldn't disturb you if the fate of many others weren't held in balance.
Oh.
We are, yes.
Do tell me more.
My father. Oh, go ahead. If you wish, go ahead, Cole.
Well, it's about Shaldor. Because he's been terrorizing us and people we love and people in towns that we've been through. And he has just been out to defeat us when we've done nothing to him other than this dwarf we were with let him out of the bag. And we had heard that
you kept your dwarf in a bag?
No, the dwarf let Shaldor out of the bag. It was it was Hendel Farstrider, if that was his real name. And
he sounds like a douchebag.
Well, I mean, he was a good friend to us up to a point, but ever since then, this Shaldor has been haunting us, and he's recently started to threaten our families, and more than that. And when we've tried to confront him, he seems to possess the ones that we love. And
yes, that sounds like Shaldor. All of your loved ones are in very grave danger.
including myself.
Yeah.
And
So we've heard that you defeated him before, and we wanted to try to make contact with you. But then we got tangled up with these, I don't know, these fanatics that seem to live in this world that you created. Not sure what the connection is, but those guys are trying to remove every magic item from Levis that isn't controlled by them. So not sure what association you have with the Order Esoterica, but
You're talking about
they seem to
General
be.
Vemerov and her troops?
yeah,
Yes.
They seem like fine people, but they do seem a little bit zealotish.
Give me a deception check, Torka.
I wasn't trying to be deceptive.
What?
I was just talking.
You've tried to you've killed these people before.
Yeah.
They
About the
seem like fine
They
people.
seem- okay. Yeah.
Nah,
fine people
Torga didn't
part.
mean it that way. Torga's pretty honest.
And she says, "Well, General Vemerov, in exchange for magic items that I use to help power all of this," and she kind of motions with her hands outward, which you would take to mean Cole, that she's talking about the spell, that she keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
They do provide me with magic items that I can then drain for power and keep my home going. They're causing trouble elsewhere. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Oh yes, they're confiscating magic items from adventurers and people who otherwise mean no harm, and they're just taking them in the name of security for the region. So it's pretty much a gun control play. No, strike that from the record. They say that common folk are not allowed to have magic items, only those who are authorized, and it will all be safer if magic items are confiscated from common people.
She has talked to me a bit about that, and in one regard, she's technically not wrong. There are very, very powerful relics that, in the wrong hands, could do a lot of damage, or not even necessarily in the wrong hands, but in ignorant hands that don't know what they're filled with. I can kind of see it from her standpoint.
Adventurers like us hope to defeat threats like Shaldor when misguided people try and take our weapons in the name of faith. We would have been happy to work with these people, except I can't swear an oath to them, nor can I rightfully give up my weapons.
You are a paladin of Morden, are you not?
I am.
I recognize the symbols. Odd to see a turtle revering Morden.
Probably odd to see a turtle, period.
In my realm, it is, yes. I've seen turtles before. I've spent time amongst turtles.
Then you know that we are stubborn people, not unlike dwarves, not unlike the worshippers of Morden. And you would understand that when I've sworn an oath, I can't swear another oath.
No, that does make sense. Soren and Cole.
Yes.
Give me Arcana checks. Soren, because you're closest to her, and Cole, just because you've been talking to her quite a bit now.
Fiery buckle.
Right. So, Cole, you can definitely tell that the way she looks is false. It's definitely a spell of some kind. Soren, you notice it too.
Hmm.
Sometimes, like when she moves or she turns her head this way or that way, sometimes the way she moves her hand, sometimes you can kind of see where the spell is.
A glitch in the matrix.
A little bit, yeah.
Hmm.
Torka and Loomis, it's not something you guys really pick up on.
All right.
Great sorceress.
Yes.
Can you help us? Can you please help us defeat or imprison Shaldor, who is the reason why we're here? The Order Esoterica is just sort of a group that just has gotten in our way to try to get an audience with you. But we do need your wisdom on how to defeat Shaldor.
Soren, give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Please roll good today.
All right, with your plus 10 in persuasion,
Thank goodness.
gives you a 21. She thinks for a moment, and then she kind of nods slowly, and she's like, "Yes, I feel in a way somehow responsible if Shaldor is much more abroad and free. Not as responsible as this dwarf you mentioned earlier who set him free, but it was me and my friends who imprisoned him originally."
We imprison him again.
Well, I've got bad news and good news. Which would you rather hear first?
I only want to hear the good news.
I'll take the bad news second.
And she looks at you, Soren, and she goes, "Well, I'll tell you the bad news first.
Okay.
The bad news is that the only way to defeat Shaldor is with the Mithra Stone.
Mm-hmm.
The Mithra Stone is the cornerstone of what you see here." And again, she kind of spreads her arms out, kind of making a symbolic, once again, Cole, you pick up on what she's talking about. It's the magic in this stone is part of what makes all this possible. The way that she's bent the magic to heighten the spell. So that's the bad news. I'm not willing to part with that.
Of course.
Now, here is the good news. There is magic similar to the Mithra Stone. How much do you know of the Mithra Stone? First of all, let's start there.
Well, why don't we start with how much you know? Because what color is the Mithra stone? I'm just asking.
Well, I can tell you that all that we do know is that that you and your colleagues were able to find the Mr. Stone or create it. That's all that we know.
So, how much do you know of Shaldor? You're aware that Shaldor was the original evil on Levis.
Yes, that we do know.
We know he was an original evil.
When Shaldor's shadow first darkened Levis, the area where he descended down into the earth was scorched and charred. Have you ever seen lightning hit the desert and turn the sand into glass?
I have heard of it.
It is sort of a similar effect. The area around Shaldor, where he first came to Levis was transmogrified and turned into magical stone just by the power of Shaldor trotting upon the earth. He was that powerful and still is. But
Sounds like he needs to be taken down.
and she looks at you and says, "Yes, dwarf, I'm getting there. If you would, please, just give me a moment."
Yes, milady.
And so she looks back over at you, Soren, and then at you, Torka, and she says, "So, the good news is that there is still rock of that type on Levis
Yes.
that you could obtain."
Where might we find?
You would find it in the wastes. And
what?
she waves her hand, and you see now a map of the world appear magically through hologram. Hang on a second. So yeah, a representation, an illusory map appears, and she points, or she highlights. She's moving her fingers to create this, and then she kind of makes a motion with her finger like she's tapping something, and you see it highlight this area here, the southern wastes.
Hmm.
And everyone, give me a history check.
Okay.
History.
One sec. I'm
Seems like
typing in
great.
my notes. All right, history. God damn it! Why do I even
Jesus.
bother tonight?
Cole is the master.
Yeah,
That's
Cole,
pretty bad.
the southern waste, Cole, is a vast, parched, scorched earth desert. It used to be the home of the Crimson Elves, which were they were originally high elves, but they fell in with dark magic, and they followed a powerful elven mage who was engaging in fiend worship amongst other things. And this mage eventually became a lich, and he led his people, his followers, out of Laranasa, which was Laranasa is actually Reveran. Reveran was what it was called after the hobgoblins conquered it, but since then the elves have reclaimed it. That happened in campaign 1. And he led his people this way. And through dark magic, their skin was turned crimson, a dark red, to signify the evil that encompassed them. And not much is known of the Crimson Elves and what happened with them. They are kind of lost to history. The world just sort of knows they went out here into the southern wastes, which now is where Calpurnia has told you
So we can find
Yeah.
more.
that you can find more of the Mithra Stone.
Okay.
Is
I
is
say
there?
Southern Waste, guys. No, just kidding. I relay the history that I know to my teammates.
Is there any clues where to look in the southern wastes?
And she stands up and goes to a bookcase over here on the opposite side of the room. And she looks for several moments until she finds like a rolled up piece of parchment.
Mm.
And she comes back and she hands it to you, Soren.
And I take it.
And as
Wow.
you unfurl this this rolled up map, it is a clear map of where it's even labeled Mithra Stone
Mm.
on the map. And she tells you this map will show you where you can obtain more of the Mithras stone. Now, that is the good news, is that there is more of it. It is guarded by wasteland dragons. I don't know if you've ever heard of those before. Cole with a 17, turns out you have.
All right.
So wasteland dragons.
All knows all.
Wasteland dragons are actually dragons that eat magic items.
Oh my.
And their breath is made from magical force. Sort of the same type of energy that happens with when somebody casts magic missile, except they breathe it. Cole, with your boss ass history roll from earlier, you would also know that in addition to their force breath, they also have breath that can affect the gravity around you.
Okay.
You're not really sure how that works, but you know that they've got some kind of gravity type breath that can also mess with you.
Okay. I'll keep that to myself for fear of seeming like a nerd among my less intellectual friends.
Too late.
I'm obviously just struck in awe. Is there a are they? I guess is there a weakness to these dragons?
Cole, you don't know of one.
Is the girl
Yeah, I'm not
talking to
sure,
us still?
Soren.
No, I told Cole that. That's what Cole knows.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And Calpurnia looks over at you, Soren, and she says, I do not believe so. Not all dragons have weaknesses. Not all creatures have weaknesses.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I would think that your father would have taught you this.
They are a mystery to me, but when I see my father next, I'll ask him to illuminate me on these dragons that I've not heard of until now. So once we have the Mithra stone, how do we use it to trap Shaldor?
You must defeat Shaldor and then lay the Mithra stone on top of him. Laying the Mithra stone on top of him will... And she's using her hands now, and she's trying to think like... You can tell, Soren, that she's trying to dumb it down. Like she's trying to explain it in like a Mithra stone for dummies kind of way.
Yes.
But she's not doing it in a condescending way. She just generally kind of thinks that everyone in the room is just not as smart as she is, and she's not.
Oh, God,
she's not.
are,
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong at all. I'd be the first one to tell her.
And she says it is something that will make him less powerful when he comes into contact with it. What she's explaining, for lack of a better term, because no one in Levis has a frame of reference for this, is kryptonite.
So when he's defeated, is this when he's has which has been typical that he's has possessed someone or something? We immediately try to lay the stone on top of that body.
Well, in theory, if you affixed it to some of your weapons, that would suffice as well.
Okay, that sounds good.
Now, understand, if you affix it to your weapons, this will actually kill the form that he has taken, And by that, I don't mean the form that he's possessing. I mean the form, his actual form that he has on Levis, whatever form he's using. He usually apparates into some sort of being of smoke and shadow.
Yes.
But
Yes, we have seen that.
you have that choice. If you want to destroy his form, now keep in mind, if you destroy his form, he's just going to reform in the abyss and then potentially find a way back and come after you again later on. If you want to imprison him, you will defeat him and subdue him, and then use the Mithra Stone, put it on top of him, and chain him to it. Now, this will imprison him, and the Mithra Stone will be key. If you could then take it and put it somewhere where a dwarf can't break it, that would behoove you.
Would you be able to use an imprisoned Chaldor to help power your world?
Why would I want that beast here in my realm?
Oh, I was thinking
If you
being
bring,
prison.
and she gets very serious, if you bring that beast to me or not, I don't care who your father is, I'll destroy you.
That sounds fair. No, I have a couple of ideas where we can put that stone.
Bury him in lava, bury him in molten rock, whatever you need to do. Just make sure he can't be freed again. He will live out the rest of his days furiously entombed.
Sounds like we should lay a trap over and trick him. Yeah.
I don't know. Shaldor is pretty smart.
Yes. We are very thankful to you, great sorceress. Is there any other parting wisdom before we go on our quest?
And she thinks for a moment. And she says, "No, I think I've told you all that you need to know."
I humbly thank you for this audience and request if we may visit you, under more pleasant circumstances someday in the future.
And she kind of gets a quizzical look on her face, and she says, "What other purpose would you have to come here?"
Just to not be intruders. That's really, to come as friends.
Oh, I'm glad that didn't work. By the way, that whole trap. I'm assuming that it sent you to sort of a subterranean pit.
Yep. We went there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Been there.
Oh, and that means you would have had to have defeated the Balor that I had trapped down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We did that.
Oh, my apologies.
We thought the general led us there.
General Vemerov would have rings that would have allowed her or her people to come and go into my realm, but there's a special configuration that those rings have to be activated in. Otherwise, it's going to assume that you are coming into my realm uninvited, and then those little traps are things that I devised hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Little traps.
Yes. Although, if it makes you feel any better, that was one of the more lethal ones, and you guys made it out apparently all right. And she gives a little golf clap, like yeah.
And Loomis bows and says, "We aim to please, m'lady."
Uh-huh. Right.
Cole's gonna say, are there any books, since you know how dangerous the quest is that we're about to embark on, are there any books in your library you would suggest or allow me to read?
What specifically are you looking for help with?
Maybe help
Enchantments
in
on weapons.
trapping demons. I don't know
How
anything
about
about
them-
enchanting weapons.
Or how about enchantments on armor? That would help us all.
I think we've exercised plenty of her patience.
Hmm.
Uh,
She has
Thank
lots of books here, sir.
Lewis, if I recall correctly, I just whisper, and you did say that you're probably wanting to stay quiet during this audience.
Well, the tough part's gone. I'm just whatever, sir.
Yes. we're still in quite a lot of danger.
Okay,
want to
well,
let you
thank
know.
you, my lady. We will see you another time.
Yeah.
As Loomis says that,
Torka, anything
as
else?
Loomis says, "Thank you, my lady." All of the light in here
Torka?
flickers. Hang on.
Torka,
hang on,
I'm
Soren.
here. I'm
Soren,
listening.
Soren, I'm trying to talk right now. Let me finish, okay?
Shoot.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I can't hear.
as Loomis says, my lady, the lights in this chamber flicker on and off and start to kind of go in and out. And you see Kypernia for a moment look completely different.
Oh, like I irritated her?
Oh, she looks hot.
Cole and Soren, you can give me Arcana checks if you want to. Maybe Soren will actually roll high and it'll make him feel better. We'll see.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Come on, Soren. No pressure.
Cole rose his lowest.
Well,
of
I
the
could
night.
roll one too.
Are you proficient
Right.
in Arcana?
Let me see.
Did I say Loomis?
You did not.
Roll. Give me a Arcana check.
Me?
I said.
He
Did I
not.
say?
The answer is
Loomis?
no. You did not.
Yeah. He just okay. He just said somebody give him a roll.
I was talking to Soren. Soren.
Yeah, Cole did.
Chris Head.
Chris is confused because he thinks Arcana starts with the letter R.
Chris Head.
He might be out. Is he there?
Chris, if you're
Yeah,
talking, we can't hear you.
I was just trying to be gentlemanly, bowing to the skeleton god.
You're assuming a lot right now.
Yep. Okay, he must be gone. Okay, well, what do we...
Dude, hang on. I'm trying to type out to Chris Head right now. Give me a second. All right. Oh, he's typing in Roll20 chat. Okay.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he must have dropped.
Oh.
He's typing. I have been disconnected.
All right, everyone. Barrymore has jumped into chat and resubbed to the Twitch channel. This is his 23rd month. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Barrymore.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Badass.
There he is. All right, can you hear us now? If you're talking, we can't hear you at all.
You guys hear me?
You can now, yeah. Can you hear us?
Siblings.
All right, we'll see if he got that message, and then I think we'll probably just wrap it up. Okay, so Soren, what Soren notices, and I'll type this out.
think I should be able to roll a charisma check before I piss her off.
Well, you're assuming that you've actually angered her in
Can
some
you guys
way.
hear me now?
Okay.
Yes, we can. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
He can't hear us. I think that's the thing.
we can hear you, Chris. You just can't hear us.
I think he's probably disconnected again.
Internets.
Hello?
Hello.
Chris.
Cello.
Oh, here we go. I'm back.
Are you there?
You're back,
Hello?
baby.
Yes, now I am. Golly, that sucks. So what happened? I see that
I just typed it.
Hypernia is.
I just typed it into the channel.
Oh,
You gave us a total
I've got
party
the
kill.
feeling that the magic that sustains this place is becoming unstable.
All because I said "milady."
Again,
gentlefolk.
again,
I think
you
we should
are
leave.
you're assuming a great deal.
Yeah.
It just happened to
Timing is key.
the
Yes.
timing just kind of fell
Mhm.
into the same general area.
I
But
think that's a Loomis thing to assume, though.
but yeah,
I think
for,
that's
for
that's
that
a
brief
very good educated guess.
for that brief moment, you definitely saw her look completely different and a little undead.
Yes.
But then the light stopped
Yeah.
flickering, and then she looked quote unquote normal again.
How shall we graciously exit your world, sorceress, great sorceress?
I will have to send you out.
Is there a way to use this ring to not fall into a trap if we were ever to visit you in the future?
Yes, and I can show you if you who has the ring now.
I think I do.
Okay. So she kind of motions for your hand.
Yeah.
And then she shows you the way to turn the stone
Hmm.
on top of the other stone in order to not be sent into another, filter, for lack of a better term.
Thank you, and you have been most kind, and I will.
If you remember the pattern that I just taught you, it will
Yeah.
bring you right back to my palace. It won't put you into a trap, and you won't be anywhere near General Vemerov.
Thank you.
What pattern, Soren?
I could show you the pattern. I saw it.
I'll show you in a moment. I wish to thank you again, and I will. Would you like for me to convey a message to my father for you?
Just give him my regards and tell him that I hope he's well.
I will do that.
And she smiles and nods. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you.
Thank you.
If you are ready, if you would like to spend the night, you can. We can make accommodations for you, or I can send you right into the southern wastes, whichever one you wish.
I think we move on, boys.
Let's go to the southern waste.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. She stands up. She kind of walks to the side of the table. You see her think for a moment, like she's trying to recall maybe a pattern. And Soren, you would know that that's how teleportation magic works. You have to know like the correct pattern of sigils before you can send somebody somewhere. But then she begins to cast a spell, and a portal opens up before you, and she says, "Now, my friends, you must hurry."
I run and I just dive through.
Woo!
I heard two woohoos. Is anyone else going?
Yeah, I'll timidly go after them.
And I will take the rear and make one more gracious gesture of a nod, and then go through the portal.
Soren, give me a dexterity check. Or no, give me a dexterity saving throw. The DC on this one is going to be a 16.
there we are.
Okay.
Oh, it did not
So-
split the party.
So, being the last one, being a dawdler, trying to get to the portal, you almost had 6 inches of your tail portaled off
Woo.
behind you, but you managed to get your tail out quick enough.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Right, my lady.
we will deal with what you guys find and where you are after you come out of this portal next week.
Ooh,
Venture
alright.
for sure.
Yeah, I would
Alright.
anticipate some kind of fight.
Good sesh.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And
Trey.
And I will be here next Tuesday.
Cool.
Alright.
I will too.
I took
Oh my-
vacation off.
I have to say, not being able to hear you guys, and I see the image of Calpurnia, the undead form. I was just like, holy shit! That milady line just really got us
What
fucked
did
over.
he say to piss
What
her
did
off?
he say? Exactly. It's like, oh, we're dead.
It kind of triggered her trimmer, which lowered
It didn't.
her
It didn't trigger.
defenses.
It didn't trigger her at all. It was just a coincidence.
Oh, coincidence.
That the
I thought
magic-
it might have triggered her trimmer and lowered her powers that caught it to short circuit, but
No, that was me as a DM thinking, how can I make
echo me in this.
how can I make her look unattractive to Loomis, and so he won't try to
Oh,
mate
come
with her.
on. There's no.
He
That's 4
would
years
never do
ago.
that.
Nebog was 4 years ago. Come on.
I think I found a good
It's
way.
been,
I think
it's been that long.
I think I found the answer. All right, let's see here.
All right.
That's still a gorgeous image.
Yeah.
You're sick. All
Tell
right.
me something I don't know.
Say something I don't know.
All right, everybody say good night to Barrymore in chat.
Good night, Barrymore.
Good night.
Good night, Barrymore.
Good night.
And say good night to everybody who might be watching this later on YouTube.
Woohoo!
Good night.
Future
YouTubers.
people.
And
we say good night.
we will see everybody next week.
All right.
Yep.
See you guys later. Good show.